Hello, Mega Men and Mega Women. This is 20XX. This is a Mega Man-like roguelike. I almost even spit that out because it's a weird thing to say. Right now, I am Fake Zero with my sweet lightsaber sword that does not sound like a lightsaber at all. Maybe it does, who knows. I should be walking as we talk because we're being timed. But this game just came out. What it is, though, is genuinely a Mega Man roguelike. It has a lot of trappings of most other roguelikes where you save up, like, you have long-term credits and short-term credits. The long-term ones help you permanently unlock upgrades on the hub screen, which you will see as soon as this run is over. I started pretty far into one just so I could show you both characters. But you're running through your mega bustering stuff, or whatever Zero's sword was called. This is one of those games where it's hard to talk and play at the same time. I'm probably gonna die. That's fine. But anyway, there's not a huge story to it other than the fact that you can be fake Mega Man or you can be fake Zero. Whatever. We'll go back to the arc. We'll go back to the beginning. But here's the level breakdown, or run breakdown once everything's over. Shows you everything you found. We'll go from here. Just pretend we're just starting now. So the augments are the temporary pickups I picked up as I went through that run. As you see the stats, killed some bosses, killed some enemies, all that good stuff. But anyway, as I was running through, I was picking up soul chips as well as regular chips. They do two different things. Regular chips are only good for your current run through, while soul chips are for the permanent upgrades. They only last between runs, so as soon as I start a new run, any soul chips I had are removed permanently. It's very much like Crypto the Necrodancer had that kind of, I guess, play choice style, or whatever you want to call that. I don't know. Anyway, so you can only use your points between runs. After that point, you lose everything you had, so you want to use as many as possible every time you get dropped off here. If you come down to the bottom, there are item unlocks, which lets you pick new items to use, or at least that show up in your runs. There are permanent upgrades, which obviously permanently upgrade how you are, who you are, and then there's items that are just good for the next run. These give you tokens. They give you tokens to play the slot machines as you go through. Those just drop items as you're playing. So I don't really like those. If we pick them up as we're going through, that's okay. I'm not going to waste my money on it. But so we have 22 soul chips. That is the currency in the bottom left-hand corner. So we're going to grab some, I think, permanent upgrades. So we're going to grab starting HP goes up. We have 10 left. We'll unlock the power enhancer. We'll unlock the maximum health container. So that means that they'll start showing up in the next runs that we do. If I use this modifier, there's two different difficulties, or main difficulties, normal and reverent. Reverent's like hard, basically. You can deactivate and activate your upgrade if you want a tougher run. But we probably won't see the screen again, so we're getting everything out as quick as possible here. There's daily challenges and weekly challenges, so it's definitely a new roguelike, like I said. Here's where you switch between Ace, who is fake Zero, and Nina, who is fake Mega Man. So you get to see a little bit of Ace, right? Yeah, you can see a little bit of Ace. So we'll use fake Mega Girl here. You can tell who this is. And we'll get the run going. That's the whole point of the game. Oh, okay, Reverence the easy mode. Defiant turns everything off. Okay. We're going to do normal either way. I'm not going to get crazy. So there seems to be preset bosses with preset templates for their worlds, but the worlds are randomly generated every time. I've done this one a couple times now. I know this is the ice world, so we will fight the scary penguin boss at the end of this. Those green shields I was just standing in help block when these big things shoot bombs on you. And if you don't kill the big thing in time, the bombs will hurt you. You can also hide behind those laser shields, or blast shields, whatever you want to call them, those things, and you'll be okay. So you can do Get off me. I keep doing dash jumps. It's like Mega Man Classic. There's no slide, but there is the dash. Right there was some of the cheap chips that we just used for this playthrough. Below that number, there's also that present timer in the bottom. That means if we beat the boss by the time that's over, we will get a bonus unlock at the end of the run. There are also these little challenge rooms as you go through. This one is don't take any damage. The only ones I've seen before this point were always beat them in a certain amount of time, which is kind of why I was rushing around maybe a little faster than I should have been. Right. Should be the last wave of this. There we go. Alright, so this item, attack kills might restore health. That's obviously a good modifier to pick up. And we also have a slot machine token now as well. So if we find the slot machine as we go through, we will take a spin. There's tons of different paths you can take as you go through a level. So like there's usually, I'll say, tougher paths that have rewards if you go through. Data lore is just when you unlock items it says, hey, this item does this. This item does this. Fuck you, Beetle. I also think each character has their own lore book. So I've definitely fought all these monsters before. Nope. Get in. I've definitely fought all these monsters before. So the only reason I can think of why they are showing up again is because each character counts as a different person. You'll recognize those doors anywhere. You know that means we're about to fight the boss. For every 2 chips, you can get 1 HP back before you start a boss fight, which is the ultimate for any Mega Man game. Going into the boss with almost no health always sucks. Shatterbeak. So he's just going to fly around the room and shoot ice at me. He's not very concerning. You can turn the HP numbers off if you want to, or the damage numbers off if you want to. I always think they're cool. Too high? Too high. He's gonna get pissed off soon and turn... Yep, there it is. He's gonna turn red, he's gonna get nuts, start whipping around here. Do want to try to finish him before this minute's up, though. When you fight the bosses, none of them have true Mega Man type powers. They always have just these drops at the end. So you get some HP, you get some money. Basic attacks deal slightly more damage. This one's huge. I don't really like the super weapons they have in this game, or the special weapons they have in this game. So I do like to get the damage pickups instead. So we unlock our special bonus there. This is our little training buddy. So when you beat a level, you have a choice between a superpower. This launches a jagged ice shard that fans out on contact. This grants 10 nuts. You know what? Maybe they are remotely themed towards the boss. Because I think I only see this one on the ice level, so I take that back. But you don't need to take his power. You can also do 10 nuts for the nut sack there. That's for buying items, like I said. Or you can get a permanent, or not a permanent, a unlock for the rest of the playthrough, which is always his third option. This is max energy plus 3. I don't really use special weapons, so we don't need more energy. I will get a special weapon just so everyone can see it, though. This is for you. So this is our present for being awesome. It's usually money, health, good stuff like that. These two guys are kind of like Dr. Light, but it also seems like they're against us. Like, there's not really a giant story in this game, but it seems like those two guys don't really like us, and they're kind of maybe testing us or fighting against us, or it's hard to read. There's some soul chip bonuses, and now we get to pick the next boss we want to fight. We can go fight to go to the Vacuum Lab, go to Sky Temple, we can go to, oh, okay, Vacuum Lab. So it's the boss that changes maybe the background a little bit. We'll do, I know this boss will do this one. As I sound up the game, as I play it, things start to come together for me. So then we'll keep going through here. That's our energy special now. That one's actually not too bad of an attack. What? That was stupid. Oh, missed. This way. There we go. Has the classic Mega Man disappearing blocks. Move on. Alright, so like these floors drop. But I bet you there's a... Yep, see? Special chest. Another attack strength up. We took that little trip back there. Being able to grab, like side grabs, Mega Man X style, on disappearing platforms make them a lot easier. I'll be realistic. Alright, so this one's Beast Whips. This one I can get my butt kicked if I need to. This one's just light everything up as quick as possible. The way I usually find it, you have about 10 seconds per wave. Ooh. Alright, so the alternate weapons definitely work awesome against bosses. Or not bosses, for these rooms. Dashes, complete dashes more quickly. I don't know what that means, but okay. I really like that. Oh. Wait, what do you do? Little friend? Thanks, kitty cat. That's very nice of him. If I've seen him before, I don't remember him. So I don't think he was like a special unlock or anything. The one good thing about this game, though, now that that just happened, if you fall off a cliff, you don't die. You just lose 1 HP. But at this point, obviously, we're just going to try to do this run as far as we can. I'm sure you get the gist of this game. Slot machine. There's also these kind of stores that appear before this, the scrap recycler. A max health +1, increase your speed. Dashing grants a shield. Grab that. Grab that. And we'll get some health. It's kind of a waste. Get him. Thank you. One thing I have noticed doing like the last Fake Zero run that you caught at the end of, the farther you go, it doesn't seem to affect the bosses at all. Like just because you fight the plant guy round 5 instead of round 2, it seems like they all do the same amount of damage, have the same attacks. It just maybe seems like the level spawn or generation, whatever you want to call it, is a little bit tougher between runs. But as a whole, I mean, this is definitely a roguelike. You've watched about 15 minutes now. You see what you'd be getting into if you get this. Grab a rocket launcher, too. So if you haven't played a roguelike for a while and you think this looks cool, feel free to check it out. It's definitely going to keep my attention for a while since there's been some other Mega Man-like releases in the past, but nothing really comes close to actual Mega Man. Like, this actually feels close to new generation kind of Mega Man game, along with fancy roguelike trappings that keeps me entertained because I have bad ADD when it comes to video games. But if you like it, feel free to pick it up. If you don't, thank you for watching the video either way. Feel free to like and subscribe if you've made it this far. I always appreciate the help. Makes me more popular. I want to be popular. A little bit. But thanks again for watching. I love you all. I will catch you next time for more Mega Action Lates.